Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Hope you are okay on that side of the screen. And today with another Android TV box, but in this particular case with pure Android. Now this is the launcher that we are going to find. It has some really nice specifications. One thing or another that we might find that will not work, and I would suggest that if you are looking for a device that is primarily used for Netflix 4K, this is not the kind of device. Not only this box, but any Android TV box without Android TV OS, which we have seen some here on the channel, actually quite a few, all of them that are on the market to be more precise. Those are the ones that I do suggest to use, although some specifications are lower than in this particular case, and some of them are more expensive. On the other hand, if you're looking for a device that you will use for IPTV, for Kodi, for Plex, and for those kind of tasks that you will take advantage of the extra RAM, extra storage, then this will be a nice addition to your setup. This one or any other similar to this one that has more or less the same specifications at a nice price, which I will leave down below so that you guys can check that out. Now, that being said, let's take a look at the launcher first of all. Now, the launcher is this one right over here. We can change on these kind of boxes. We can have that launcher that looks like our mobile phone. The launcher is not bad. It is organized similar to the Android TV experience. When I say similar, at least in terms of looks, we have the drawer for the main apps on top, and then we have on the bottom a few more apps that we can select which ones we can use or not, and then the settings and so on and so forth. In terms of specifications, it has the AM Logic S905W2, which is a SoC that it's being used on the latest machines. It has 4 GB of RAM and 64 GB of storage. There is also a cheaper version with 2 GB and 32 of storage, so you can check that out on the link. In terms of Android, it's running Android 11, by the way. In terms of the box itself, it has this really nice LED. It looks nice. The plastic is nothing special, but it looks nice. It has these LEDs that can be customized. We have a lot of presets, actually 3 categories, one of which has 63 presets and the other 2 roughly 20 presets each, which in my opinion it's actually a lot more presets than we need. In terms of performance, just so that we can compare with other machines, Geekbench will have a score of 90 on single core score and 350 on multi-core score, and the network speed test I was getting through Wi-Fi 200 megabits per second. Gigabit Ethernet if we want to connect via cable, which will give you faster speeds. And in terms of connectivity, we will find 2 USBs on one side, micro SD card slot, power input jack, HDMI, Gigabit Ethernet, optical out, and 3.5 audio jack out. Now, performance-wise and the tests that I made. First of all, I didn't remember the last time that I did use an Android TV box with pure Android with Netflix. And it did work, but with quality SD or 480p, which in my opinion is a low resolution quality for those that will use this device primarily for Netflix. And by the way, to use Netflix we will use a Air mouse or a normal mouse, because the remote control will not be able to use this kind of app. So this will refer to what I said on the beginning of the video. Works fine, but low resolution, and you will need a mouse. On the other hand, if you want to use Kodi, for example, it comes with TVMs, and usually I do delete the installation that comes from factory and install a clean installation of Kodi, but it was necessary. It was clean enough. I did put my library, which is on my network, and I was able to stream movies from my NAS, which is my network attached storage solution, via network, and it worked just fine, no issues whatsoever. So if you want a machine to do this kind of task at an affordable price with some really nice specifications, yes, this is a really nice addition. And if you want to use Plex and so on and so forth, you will be able to, because the machine has enough hardware to decode video. YouTube was also a nice experience. I was able to get 4K right over here with a nice experience. And there are 2 services that I usually test, which are IPTV services from the operators here in Portugal, and those did not work. So I'm not really sure what will happen in your country, but right over here they did not work. One of which was asking for Google Play services, which although they were installed, we could not make them work. And finally, in terms of gaming, the hardware will be more than capable to run Android games that are available on the Play Store, like Asphalt 9 Legends, just worked really nice. The only gripe that I had was that the gamepad that I usually use, which is the GameSeer G4S, which is a really nice gamepad, was not compatible with this machine. I don't know why, but when I did connect, it would just completely froze the machine. I had to reboot to put it to work again. So if you want to play some games, you will need to use a keyboard in this particular case. Now, one thing that I usually test out is also Xbox Game Cloud, but without a gamepad, guess what? I could not test it out. I do believe that it will work great, but this is one service that works exclusively with gamepads, and I'm not really sure if this will happen with any gamepad that we use, but with mine did not work. So in conclusion, is this a machine that you should get or not? It will depend. Once again, if you are going to use this machine for Netflix at 4K, this is not the solution. If you are going to use Kodi, for example, and if you want to use a larger storage for gaming, and if you are going to use a mouse and a keyboard and probably a gamepad and it's compatible, then yes, it's a great addition, because you will save some money and you will have a lot of specifications that otherwise would cost a lot more. That being said, hope that the video was helpful in some way, and if it was, don't forget that usual thumbs up right over there, which is really appreciated on this side of the screen. My name is Roberto, and as always, I'll see you guys on the next one.